So for activity 10E, we're going to use the previous file from 10D. We're going to copy paste it and rename it to activity 10E, and let's carry on it. We're going to now create a report. That report, first of it, the names and emails of the addresses of the customers. It needs to include the name, the email, and the phone address of or phone number of the customer, and it needs to start with 00, 1, 2, 2, 3. That's obviously only one table. So from one table we can just go to query design, add one table which is for the customer. As you can see, it's only for the customer. So we need to add the first name, last name, phone number, and the email. Phone number, it needs to start with that specific number which is over here mentioned. It needs to be 001223. So if I put it directly as it is, like this, that's not going to work. 001223. So if I put it like this directly, that's not going to work. That's because there is no number exactly matching with that number. So my number, it needs to be part of only that complete number. So it needs to start with this number, and then whatever follows, it doesn't matter. For that, we can indicate it with a star or asterisk. So you can see I had 3 customers. Their numbers were starting with this specific number. After that, we can save it, and we can call it activity. That's the first part of the activity. You can specifically even name it with customers starting phone number. You can just describe it as you like. I'm making it too detailed, but actually you don't need to be doing that much, except in the report header. In the report header, you can put all those information. Let me just copy this name so I can paste it into my next one. Okay, now let's go and create the report. So just directly go to the report, and you need to add the details from this query, the fields, and just skip and go directly to the. So over here you can see the name has been already copied. We just want this name in the label section. So you can just remove this activity and put this whole name over here. So you just need to adjust it. So you can just adjust it over here, align it properly. If you want to use those tools in arrangement tools, you can do that as well. And that's it, we're done. So let's go for the next part. That's the first part. Let's save it and done. Let's go for this part, which is details of the unsold power boats that were built at this yard after 2012. So here you can see we have, first it needs to be unsold, it needs to be a type of power boats, it needs to be built. We have Boolean for this data type of this field, and it needs to be built after 2012. Let's go and have a look at the boat. Over here you can see the type, it needs to be power. It needs to be also built after 2012. It needs to be, some of them are built here, some of them are not built here, so you can see it's a Boolean field. And the last option, what it was, yeah, it was unsold, so it needs to be null. So whatever is sold, you can see there is a customer ID for it, for the people who bought these boats. So we need to aim for that. So for that, it's obviously just one field. You can go directly to the query and add, sorry, not the customer, we need to add the boat table over here. Okay, you need to check, we need the details of the unsold power boat. So we can just put all the details. Actually, we can even remove the customer because it will be empty for sure. So just remove it. And let's start. They said sold. Sold needs to be null. It needs to be empty. So we started to get here some empty, the empty ones. And another thing, it needs to be the type, needs to be power. You can see in the type we have power. So they say we need only the power one. So if you put it here, you will see it reduce up to 20 records. Second criteria, the build, it needs to be yes. So we have only one which is not built here, so that's going to make it up to 19. So let's go to build here. You can see it become 19. We just only got the one that built here. And the last criteria, it needs to be built after 2012. So 2012 is not included. It needs to be above or higher than 2012. You can see these are for our final one. So you can just save it. We can mention there are power boats built here after 2012. Okay, now we can just create a report based on the same. I prefer to select the landscape because we have so many fields. So now let's just adjust it. Actually, we don't need even sold because obviously they're all sold. None of them is also bought, so and then we have the year, and the last one is get a man. You can just put it like this. So let's move to the next one. Third one was you need to mention the make, type, price field and date field of the boat here for all the boats that were bought in year 2020. Okay, that's also for the boat. So obviously we need to also add the boat table. So double click on it. So over here, just try to add the related data. We don't need actually to add all the data. So that's make, type, price, and year. So make, type, price, year, and then we need to add the boat data. Okay, that's all. And now we need to add the criteria. So it needs to be just for all the boats bought in the year 2020. So you can see the year is not a full date. It is just the year mentioned in here. So we're just going to put 2020. Okay, there is no data. The boats bought in year 2020. Did I put the wrong one? Oh, I think I know the mistake. Let's check it over here. It needs to be in the boat section over here. So I put it in the wrong place. So that needs to be bought in year 2020. So I need to customize the date to be, I cannot put 2020 obviously because it's a full year, I mean with the date and months as well mentioned, so I need to make it larger than 1st of January, and even it should include 1st of January. So obviously we got over here this. The only thing is okay, that's it. So let's name it. So again, that's activity part 3, activity E. After or in, or after both in the year. So shorter better. Okay, let's do it. That's correct. Now based on it, let's go and create our report. Actually, we could even add some of the details, but that's fine. Maybe the bot ID, that could be a good idea if we add it over here. All right, so that's it. And then let's go and create the report. That's going to be for the third part. Okay, just not too many data. We can just customize it quickly over here. We can put the bot in the front, and we can remove some of the stuff to be okay, I think bot ID should be in the front and the rest of the data should be followed. Like, yeah, so that's the report, that's the end of the report, and that's the end of the questions.